So for the last 30 days, I challenged myself to design one new sound every single day. And this 15-minute sound design habit completely changed how I approach sound design now. Now, I thought I knew my tools inside and out, but thanks to this challenge, I discovered techniques, functions, and features that I had walked past for years. And keep in mind, I've been producing professionally for over 15 years. But here's the thing, just randomly designing new sounds every day isn't the point. This will not give you the same results. You need a system to unlock those extra gains. And I followed a very specific framework that I will also show you in this video that forces discovery and that also makes the effect of it compound. So with every single day, you're getting better. So in this video, I'll break down the exact framework and also show you why it works. So let me break this down. Step one is to pick a tool that you're already quite familiar with. So in this case, I'm picking Drift. So Drift is a synthesizer that I already know pretty well, and it is standard subtractive synthesis. At least that's what it is on the surface. Now, this to me is one of the most underrated tools in Ableton Live because that synth is both very simple and at the same time very complex. So you can make it very complex if you want to, if you dive into this deeper layer of it. So I've created a little sequence here, and currently it sounds like this. Now, the reason you pick a tool that you're already quite familiar with is that you don't want to waste time by exploring how the basic interface of your synth works. So now that we've picked our tool, we're now ready to move into step two, which is we want to identify one function. Yes, just one function that we haven't explored yet. So that might be a little detail in the user interface that you're still not really sure of what it's actually doing. So here in Drift, that's something that I recently discovered is I never really knew what to do with this second envelope here, because there is a special little trick here. With this second envelope, you can actually use this little thing here. And I've never clicked it for whatever reason. I didn't really stumble upon this for a long time. So what this does is it essentially turns this envelope kind of into a cycling envelope or an LFO. So this is where it gets juicy, because it's not enough to just click around and randomly push things into different directions here. This is the moment where you need to go into the manual. Yes, it's unsexy, but this is what you have to do. You have to dig into the manual and literally figure out what these functions are doing, because otherwise I probably wouldn't even know what that is or what to do with it. And this is also where you will discover this interesting one-to-one setting here. Now, with this repetitive cycling envelope, you can set this to Hertz, which lets you freely dial in the frequency. You can set it to milliseconds. You can sync it to a tempo, or you can hit this one-to-one button. And what this one-to-one button basically does is it matches this here to the frequency of your oscillator. Now that's quite interesting because this turns into a ratio button now. And right now this is playing in a one-to-one ratio, and then you can select multiples of this. But what do we now do with this? Now this is where it gets fun. You've probably spent around 5 minutes picking your tool, selecting a function, and then reading a little bit about how that actually works. Now for the next 10 minutes, I want you to go super deep into this and push the boundaries of what you can do with that function. Literally allow yourself to wreck your sounds. It doesn't really matter. You just need to figure out what you can actually do with this. Now, something we could try out here is, since this pitch modulation thing is already set to envelope 2 here, we could see what happens if we now let this play and then dial it in. Very cool. So what we're essentially doing is we're entering into FM territory, so frequency modulation. So let's see what we do here if we push this and then also increase the ratio. These are pretty spacey sounds, but that's for sure not everything. Let's bring this back to a more normal state now. Let's play around with the shape of this. What I really like about this is it's infusing some of that edge, some of that weirdness into the sound without completely getting rid of the original. But that's just a start, because what I see here is this 1-2-1 setting. That is also something we have on the LFO here. So what happens if we activate that as well on the LFO? Let's try something weirder. Let's try for this Wonder thing. And then we'll go to the modulation tab and modulate the ratio of this. So the cycling envelope rate. So this is exactly the ratio in this case, because if we set it to something else, it's the rate. If we set it to this, it's the ratio. But this is what we want to influence, and we will use the LFO here to basically drive this and to see what happens if we push this now. And there you have your industrial techno elite. And we don't have to set this to such a crazy amount. We can also just bring it down a bit and see if we can get something decent, half melodic here. But what I like is that it gets this slightly detuned character that creates a lot of suspension in the sound. Now imagine this in an arrangement scenario. You could bring this in a little bit to slightly detune the sounds and then bring it back again into its more stable and melodic state. This is how you paint tension and release into your track. Just quickly, if you struggle with finishing songs in general and not only with sound design, then I have something for you. It's completely free. It's called the Finisher Framework, my 3 simple steps that you can follow to finish at least one great sounding song per month. You can get it at pickyourself.com/framework. The link is also in the description. Now that we have this LFO here, what happens if we also influence the pitch? Like we modulate it also with the LFO. So it's getting basically 2 modulations from the envelope and then from the LFO that also influences the envelope. So like this is something where you can't really plan for what's happening. Now you have that sweet spot going where the parameters influence each other, and this is where you then go into the fine tuning and try to adjust a little bit here, a little bit there, and then come to interesting crossovers where the sound design locks in and just sounds amazing. We've expanded the territory from something very clean to something extremely distorted and glitchy, and now back to something that's still melodic with kind of an edge. Now here's what's going to move the needle in your productions for this. You have now identified also very good parameters to automate. And I've talked about this concept in a lot of other videos where you use automation to actually drive your arrangement. Now this is something you can do here as well. So for example, with this parameter here of how much of the cycling envelope I use for the pitch modulation, this is a very cool parameter to drive the automation in a track. So let's say you have 2 parts in your arrangement. So this is the first one, this is the second one, and in between you have like a little bit of a breakdown where you need to create suspension until the drop hits or something like that. Well, we're first going to the kick drum and say like we'll filter out this here. We already deleted the bass, so let's activate the filter here and just get rid of all the low frequencies. So you hit A for the automation lanes, you select the frequency and you make sure that the frequency gets removed until this point here where the drop happens. So this is gradually fading out the low frequencies of the kick drum so that it gets just a bit knocky and kind of brings the upper mid-range forward. And then you go to your lead and you identify the parameter that really makes a difference here from your sound design exploration. So here this was, for example, this pitch modulation thing here. And we've selected this, and this is something you can automate as well. So we keep this very bass heavy here at its normal state, and then we'll bring it up, maybe with a slight push towards the end. I hope you got some value out of this. If you want personalized support with your music, feedback, accountability, all that good stuff, go to pickyourstaff.com/coaching. We run a coaching and mentorship program. The link is also in the description. This is where we work personally for you over an extended period of time, really supporting you on a deep level. Would love to see you there.